Hi guys, Sci-fi recapped here. Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain an American superhero and fantasy movie, called Sky High. The movie starts by showing a teenage boy, named Will Stronghold. His parents are the Commander and Jetstream, two of the world's most famous superheroes. Surprisingly, all this time he has not developed any superpowers like his parents, which is unbeknownst to them. Shortly after, his best friend, Layla Williams, comes to his house. She has been secretly in love with him for a long time. They decide to go to their school together, called Sky High. It is a high school that exclusively teaches teenagers with superpowers. Later, they are picked up by the school bus. On their way, they meet with other students. There are Magenta, Ethan, and Zach. Meanwhile, the bus driver tells them to get ready because the bus they are riding will turn into a flying bus to get to Sky High, which is located on a floating campus in the sky. Arriving there, they are harassed by a group of bullies: Speed, a senior with super speed; Lash, a senior that can stretch his body; and Penny, another senior who can duplicate herself. Luckily, they are assisted by Gwen Grayson, a mentor during their student orientation. It looks like Will is very mesmerized by her charm. After that, they are led into a room to do their initial study called Power Placement. It is a session to measure their potential superpowers and determine whether they will be a hero or a sidekick. They have to show their superpower in front of the class, which is guided by Coach Boomer. Will's classmates Ethan, who melts into a fluid; Zach, who glows in the dark; Magenta, who transforms into a guinea pig; and Layla, who joins the class to protest the two-track nature of the school's education system. All of them are assigned a sidekick. During break time, there is someone who keeps staring at Will. Zach informs them that his name is Warren Peace, whose supervillain father was imprisoned by Will's father, aka the Commander. Then it is Will's turn to show his superpowers. Because he lacks superpowers, Coach Boomer assigns him to sidekick. Soon, he learns from Nurse Specs that not everybody gains powers. There are rare cases of those who have both parents with superpowers but do not inherit any superpowers, such as Ron Wilson, the bus driver. When he gets home, Will wants to tell his father that he was assigned a sidekick, but his father interrupts his conversation. Then his father shows him his hidden trophy room, which he calls Secret Sanctum. There is a history of his father's heroism, such as various collections of enemy weapons. Furthermore, his father is particularly proud of the mysterious weapon named the Pacifier, which he took from his science-themed nemesis, called Royal Pain, years ago. Because Will knows that his father has high hopes for him, he delays telling him the problems earlier. Unbeknownst to the two, Royal Pain, who has been presumed dead, watches them from a hidden camera in one of the other trophies, alongside a maniacal sidekick named Stitches. As Will be friends with the other sidekicks, they introduce themselves to his father in his house. However, he seems a little dissatisfied as he finds out the superpowers of each one of them. As a result, Will ventures to tell everything to his father. Hearing Will's confession, his father immediately feels disappointed in him. However, he tries to explain that he still feels proud to be a sidekick. The next day, Will is being bullied again by Lash and Speed. When he is carrying his food, Lash makes him fall, causing his food to spill on Warren. Because of this, Warren becomes very annoyed and immediately attacks him. During the fight between the two, Will only can dodge the attacks, so Warren chooses to attack his friend. Fortunately, Will eventually manifests superpowers, sending Warren flying, and he immediately sprays him with a fire extinguisher. Consequently, they are called to the counseling guidance room. That night, Will is scolded by his mother, but then his father is so proud because he finally manifests his superpowers. Back to Sky High, he is subsequently transferred to the hero track. However, he feels sad because he has to leave his sidekick friends. In his new class, he is paired with Gwen. She is a technopath who controls machines with her mind. It looks like she also has feelings for Will as she helps him to do his work and offers herself to be his private tutor. Soon, he inevitably becomes popular at the school and unable to hang out with his sidekick friends. One night, Will and his family have a guest who turns out to be Gwen. At first, she intends to help Will in doing his homework. Eventually, she has dinner with Will's family, asking Will's parents to attend the homecoming dance to accept an award for Superhero of the Year, which they accept. While walking back to Gwen's house, Gwen asks Will out to the homecoming party. Sure enough, he happily accepts the invitation, then becomes her boyfriend. At the same time, Layla meets Warren in a cafe, which turns out that he also works there. She then reveals to Warren that she has loved Will for a long time and she wants to invite him to the homecoming party later, but she is insecure because she thinks that Will is already in love with another girl. The following day, Will begins spending more time with Gwen and her group, thus ignoring the sidekicks. On the other hand, Layla seems to keep approaching Warren to make Will jealous of her. On the night before the dance, Gwen tricks Will into throwing a party at his house. He then plans to invite his other friends to the party, but Gwen forbids him because the party is dedicated for Hero only. She instead asks if there is a more private room for the two of them. Finally, he takes her into the secret sanctum. When the two are kissing, it is seen that Speed uses the opportunity to steal the pacifier without being caught. In the meantime, Layla comes to Will's house intending to meet him. Unfortunately, Gwen lies to her, saying that Will has no feelings for her. Knowing this, she immediately leaves the place and will not interfere with Will's life anymore. Will then finds out that Gwen has lied to Layla. Therefore, he breaks up with her, refusing to attend the dance, even though his parents were invited as honored guests. After a while, Will's parents suddenly appear and force everyone in the house to leave the place. Will also tells his parents that he does not want to attend the dance party. He also calls Layla to meet him at the cafe so he can apologize for what just happened. There, he instead meets Warren, who reveals that Layla approached him just to make Will jealous. Later, Will looks through his father's old yearbook and sees a student who resembles Gwen holding the pacifier, which he subsequently discovers has gone missing. Reasoning that the student, Sue Tenney, was Royal Pain and that Gwen is her daughter, he instantly calls Ron to take him to the dance party. At the dance party, Gwen reveals that she is actually Royal Pain herself. During her confrontation with the commander, she uses the pacifier, which turns its target into a baby. She also says that she has waited many years to exact her revenge. In the end, Royal Pain takes over the school, assisted by Stitches, Speed, Lash, and Penny. She uses the pacifier to turn Will's parents, the faculty, and the students into babies, kidnapping them. She also plans to start a supervillain academy and raise the children as supervillains as revenge for being written off as a sidekick in her youth. But luckily, Warren, Layla, Zach, Ethan, and Magenta manage to escape through the air duct. A few moments later, Will arrives at the school with Ron and manages to meet with his friends. He then apologizes to Layla and teams up with the others to save the day. Not long after, Lash, Speed, and Penny find the sidekick. Warren tells Will to face Royal Pain, while he and the others will face the three of them. Long story short, Warren and Ethan are able to defeat Lash and Speed. On the other hand, Layla, who is angered by Penny, inevitably brings out her strength. It is revealed that she has the power to manipulate plant life, defeating Penny in the process. The sidekicks demonstrate their heroism after Royal Pain sabotages the school's anti-gravity drive and their powers come in handy to restart it. Apparently, Will discovers that he has Jetstream's powers of flight when he is thrown off the edge of the school grounds by Royal Pain. Using his new superpower, he tries his best to prevent the campus from falling. At the end, Royal Pain and her hench people are defeated and imprisoned in the detention halls. Besides that, Will's parents, the faculty, and the students are returned to their proper ages. Will's parents also thank all of the sidekicks and admit that they are the true heroes. The movie ends happily as Will and Layla finally kiss by hovering outside the school. Last of all, Will explains via a voiceover that Ron Wilson later gains his superhuman powers after falling into a vat of toxic waste, thus becoming a superhero. Additionally, he and Layla have become a couple, he and Warren became best friends, and he and Gwen, who along with the other bullies went to prison, become arch-enemies. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.